partner, I'm Lucas from Hurb's training team, and in this video I'm gonna help you to do all the step-by-step to your hotel reflects on our website, and you'll be able to do the allotment. So I'm gonna tell you all those steps that you need to follow because it's beyond just to put the rates. The first step is to set up all your basic information and amenities in My Property inside Property Setups tab. After filling it, we're going to do the second step, that is creating your type of room. It is still on property setup. The third step is to register your email address to receive notifications of new reservation in proactive actions. After that, we're going to insert all the pictures of the hotel, rooms, and extras. And then we're going to create your policies. The main policies are cancellation policies and charge term. Once you've done that, you're going to set up the rate code. And after creating the rate code, we will charge the rates. Hey partners, so before starting, I will show you how you can change your Extranet language, okay? So the first step after logging in, you have to come here in your name, and then you have to click in the second options. There is my preferences, and then you can go here in the second option again, languages, and then you can choose the language that you want to, okay? So after that you just have to save. So here I'm going to change Portuguese, and then your Extranet's language will be changed. So to start, after logging in, we have to go into Property Setup, then My Properties. On the Settings tab, you have to put the name of the hotel, if there is a chain, which is the base language, and the time zone. So all this kind of information you have to fill in here. In the following tab, you have to inform the address, and it's important to inform also the latitude and longitude because it's where the hotel is going to reflect on our website map. After that, we have the Contacts tab, and that's a tab that really needs to be always updated because if we need to get in touch with you, we use those numbers. We'll probably get in touch on WhatsApp or email. You can also put in the reservation contacts and the director ones. And here we have the Other Informations tab. That is basically the year of the construction, opening hours, and all this stuff. And the next one, we're going to fill the amenities of the hotel. And on the last tab is the Photos tab, but we do not do the upload here because we have other ways to do it easily. In the other tab, you can do the upload per room, amenities, extras, and etc. After filling all those tabs, it's extremely important to click on the green button of Save. After saving, we go to Types of Room to create all the categories of room that you want to create on our Extranet profile. We click on Create New, and then you put the name of the room. So I'm going to put in a standard room as the name. You put the area of the room, so it's the size of it. I put it here 20, and you have to set a minimum and a maximum price for this room. So here I'm putting 50 and 100. This field is mandatory, and it's important to set a minimum and maximum prices because it will avoid you having some issues with updating and wrong prices for the room. And here we have a number of rooms, and it's very important to fill it correctly because as we set up the rate tier as apartment, so it's based on that we use the number of rooms as allotment. I will put here like 2 rooms. And in this field, we're going to fill the maximum of guests in the room, minimum and maximum of adults. Here, I'm going to put the maximum of passengers, sorry. The minimum of adults, I'm going to put 1, and the maximum, I'm going to put 3. It's important to put only 1 adult in the minimum, and you can check the information if the room accepts extra beds and if it accepts children. And then you can put the maximum of paid children, and under it you can put the free children. So you can put here the maximum of childs and the maximum free child. In the next tab, you can put all the amenities of this type of room. It's to check all the amenities, and we also have the Photos tab. But as I said before, it's better if you update all the photos in the other field. And in the following tab, Additional Settings, you can check the specificities of the room. After filling all those tabs, it's extremely important, as I said before, to click on the green button of Save, okay? And then we're going to register our email on Proactive Actions. It's important to do that step because if you don't register your email there, you're not going to receive notifications of new reservations, cancellations, etc. Doing that, you can avoid overbookings and other issues. We have to go on Property Setup, and then we have to go in Proactive Actions. And on the left side of the screen, we're going to see a list of events where you can register your email to be notified. So we have to click on the new event and then in Create New Email. On the Send To option, you're going to click on Other, like here, and put your email address. If you want to put more than one, you can just put a comma after inserting the first email and then add the other one. On the Subject option, you can put the subject that is better for you to identify. In Reservation Source, you can leave all, like here, and the model will always be the one with the hotel in the end. So in this case, on template here, I'm going to put new booking email hotel. So once you've done it, any new reservation will be sent to your email and you'll be notified. If you want to do it with any other event, it is the same process. Another step that is not mandatory but many properties have are the extras. To create a new one, you can go on the Property Setup tab and then Extras. You have to click on Create New One, and then you have to put the name of and the description of the extra here. So I can put anything like breakfast. And the description, you can put what you want to. The main differential is a paid extra or it's an included on the rate. If it is paid, you're going to choose the active option here. In this case, you can select active. Or if it's a extra included on the rate, you can select it as inactive. If it is for meals, for example, you have to select that. You have to flag this option. This extra, it's board type. And it's very important for you to do that because if you doesn't, you can not reflect on our website, okay? So you have to select breakfast, for example, and after that, you have to choose the billing type. So you have to choose if it is per night here or per stay, and then choose if it is per person or per room. Once you've done all of it, you can just click on the Save button here. So another important thing that you have to do is upload pictures of the hotel. There is the right tab that you can do that because it is divided per room, property in general, extras, and amenities. Remember that you can choose a main photo just clicking by the icon that I'm going to show you on the side of the star. We have to go in Property Setup, then Photos, and then you can click, for example, on the property in general, and clicking on the star above the photo that you want to put like the main photo. We have a maximum size of the photos of 3 MB for each one, okay? We also highly recommend you that you should have more than 10 photos uploaded on property in general and 3 photos per room. Now we're going to show you how to create your cancellation and charge policies. These are the mandatory ones. The tax policies are just in case if you have one tax and you want to charge. The first one is the cancellation policy. I have to click on Property Setup, then Policies, then Cancellation Policies, and I have to click here in Create New. If you're creating a non-refundable policy, you have to fill it in the name and put the description that reminds you of that policy. This field is not shown to our customers, and do not check the option Allows Cancellation. You have to put the name, non-refundable. Then you can put a description that reminds you, as I said, so you can put 100% cost policy. You can check the option Allows Cancellation as it is a non-refundable policy. But in the case, if you are creating a refundable policy, you have to check the Allows Cancellation box and fill the options that you allow cancellation. Here it is important to say that if you want to charge as a percentage and not a unique rate, you can click on the currency icon and then we change to percentage here. So for example, if I can put the cancellation policies like 50%, I can click on the rate icon, and then it will be changed to a percentage. The second and last mandatory one are the charge term. We need to create policies for children from 0 to 17 years old. But if you have different prices for different groups of ages, you can create more than one policy. So in the first example, I'm going to create a free charge till 5 years old policy, okay? We have to go in charge terms, then you have to click on create new, and then you put the name that you want to. I'm going to put free child till 5 here. And the description is not mandatory, okay? Now, I'm going to put the minimum age, in this case 0, and the maximum, in this case, it's 5. Here, in the children group, as I can check free, and I won't check counts for occupancy because it is a free child. So usually, we do not count free children in the occupancy. If you need to create a new one with the charge option as an adult, for example, it's just to put the minimum and maximum age. So here you can change it from 6 to 17, and then choose the charge option. So if you want to charge a charge as an adult, for example, you can just select adult option here and flag the count for occupancy box. So if you have more than the 3 policies of children, you have to put here in the charge children group as, you have to put like child, and do not activate the price variation, because you have to put the price of the third children exactly in the rate. So you have to put it directly on the rate. And now we're going to set up our rate. We're not putting the rates already, but setting up the rate tier, name of it, link the policies, and type of room to the rate. We usually create just 2 rates, the B2C and the B2B ones. So we have to go on rates and availability, and then rate code setup. You have to click on create new option, and then create new rate. We're going to put the name of it. I will put here like summer season. And the most important thing of this tab are the rate tier that will always be net. So here I have always to put net, and the availability type that will always be room. So here in the availability type, I have always to put the room option, okay? On rate category, you have to choose net, the net one, and the next tab, the room types tab. Also here you can put a description if you want to, and the selling period, it's like the period that you want that the rates are available to sell. It's not like the availability, the allotment, but it's like the time that you want to sell this rate, okay? So the next step, room types, you have to drag the types of room that you want to put here. So if you want to put a standard room, for example, you just have to drag here to the big box. And in the room types tab, you need to drag which rooms you're going to put the rate. So for example, in this case, I'm going to drag the standard room. That is the room that I want to put the prices for this rate. And in the channels tab, you don't need to fill anything, so you can pass out this one. And in B2B hotels tab, there's a difference if you are creating a B2B or B2C rate. Both of them, you have to drag the Hurb to the box. So here, we have to drag Hurb to the box. And you have to click on the edit button here. And now is the difference. If it's a B2B rate, you're going to put 0% on the package field. So if it's a B2B, you have to put 0% off here in package. But if it is a B2C rate, you're going to put 0% on markup field. So you have to put 0% here. And then once you've done, you have to check on the green button here and jump to the next tab. There is travel agents. So in the next tab, travel agents, you have to just to uncheck the public rate option. So you have to check here, and then you can go to the next one. There is a corporate one, and then you don't have to do anything here, okay? For the included extras tab, you have to create it before creating the rate code, like for example the room types. You have to do the same thing with the additional extras. The only difference between them is that the first one is included in the rate and the second one is paid for. In the offers tab, it's not mandatory, and if you have one, you have to talk with your account manager before creating it, okay? And the last tab is the policies tab. In the first case, you have to select the guarantee slash deposit policies, and it's not mandatory. So we don't work with this kind of. The next one is cancellation policies. You have to select the standard cancellation policy for this rate. So you have to select it here. I'm going to select my summary policy 1. And if you have any other policy for this rate for a specific period, you can drag this one to the big box down here. So I can drag a free cancellation policies for a specific period here. And you have to select the valid period. So I have to pass the mouse here in the policy, click on the edit button, and put the period that I want these policies specifically. The last one is the tax tab. If you want to add a specific tax, you can insert in here, but remember that general policies, guarantees slash deposit policies, and tax policies are not mandatory, okay? So the most important and the mandatory one are the cancellation policy. After filling all these fields, you can click on the green button Save, and it's done. Now your rate code is appearing on the system, and you can see an overview right here. So you can see here the cancellation policies, you can see linked on this rate, you can see the room types linked, you can see the selling period, and all the kind of information of the rate, okay? And now we're going to the last part, that is charging the rates of your rate code. You have to select the period that you want to put the prices, okay? So in this case, I'm going to select some random dates here. And the next step, you have to select the rate. So I will select the rate that we've just created. Here, I'm going to select the summer season. That is the one that we've just created. And the room types that you want to put the prices. So I'm going to select here the standard room. And you can select more than one room in your case if you have, and then you will set the prices separately, okay? Now you can put the prices from different days of the week. It is just on flagging the days that are not included on this price, okay? And putting the prices. For example, if I have a price per room and not for passengers, I can put the same price here to both passengers. And I can unflag the days that this price are not available. So I can unflag it here, and I can add a new period, a new dates, new days. For example, the week. So I can choose this one that I unchecked here and put different prices. Prices per child depends on how many child policies you have. If you have 2 child policies, you must put 0 on both child prices. So here I can put 0 because the system can understand if you have just 2, like one charged as free and one charged as an adult, for example. And if you have a third child policy that children are charged as children, you have to put the price on the third box while setting rates, okay? Here I just have one child box, but if I had 3, for example, I would put 0 in 2 of them, and in the third one I would put the price variation of these children, okay? And in the second tab, we have the rate restrictions. So for example, if you want to put a release period, minimum or maximum of days, and etc., you just have to click on the pencil here and put the minimum of days or the restriction if you want to, okay? In a list, in the third tab, you can close or open sales for a specific period. I will click here in this tab. You can put in the period that you've just selected before. So we select these dates here. And if you want to open or close this period, you can just click here in open sales or close sales, depending on what you want, okay? Now you can click on the green button of save, and then we've created the rate code and the prices. I'm going to click here, and it was updated successfully. If you have any questions about your allotment, how to reduce rooms per day, and control your calendar, I will leave the video card here. And if you still have questions, you can contact us through this email down here, okay? Thank you so much, partner.